Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. In today's stream, I'm going to be working on the Start Collecting Dark Eldar set. On the last stream, I started painting. This was the first warrior that I painted. I'm going to work on him some more and then probably get into painting the other ones. So I think the first thing I'm going to work on is the this little cloth thing here. Hey Chris, how's it going? What are you up to tonight? Assembling your Pathfinder team. By the way, I was looking at, I was reading the new White Dwarf that just came out. They've now switched the White Dwarf magazine back to monthly instead of weekly. And I was just reading a little bit about the kill teams thing that came out. You might want to consider looking at that. There's a kill team set up for Tau versus Space Marines. I know, I think you were talking about that before as well. But it's like, it's kind of cool because you can, I think it's a simple way to get into, like, I think it's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 miniatures versus 5 or 6 miniatures or something. It's like a small 200-point army or something. It might be easier to, with like simplified rules to play versus. I'm not sure how you set up the how you structure your teams and stuff yet. Like how do you pick, besides the ones that are, I mean, that come in the box, how you go about putting together an army of your own for a kill team. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm gonna glue this thing in. Looks kind of cool. Might be able to assemble a kill team with just the whatever Tau you already have. Yeah, I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 200 points versus 200 points. But it's a little bit different. I think each of the minis becomes like a character type thing. They get like unique abilities and stuff. I decided I wanted to do these cloth pieces here, like a green color. Hey, Sous Chef, how's it going, buddy? Thank you for the host. And welcome everybody from Sous Chef's stream. Hey, the Pervy Monk, how's it going? Uh-oh, here comes the salt. Here comes the salt. Salt attack, salt attack. Holy smokes. Hey JBL, thanks for the host. So much salt. Thanks, guys. It's the first Dark Eldar warrior I've ever painted. So I've been on the last stream. I was working on figuring out a color scheme for him. I wanted to kind of have a electric, kind of glowing blue feel to it. So I was experimenting with different. Major Desync, thanks for the follow, buddy. So this is my test one. I was experimenting with different. Oh, sorry, I gotta wait for that thing to finish. This is my test one, so I was experimenting with different ways of different blues and different ways of achieving this effect, and I actually ended up going with. This was actually done really easily with just a dry brushing the lighter blue first, and then painting the other blue on. I'm trying to find my goal with this one was to create like a simple color scheme that that I'll be able to duplicate with the rest of the warriors. So what have you been working on, Sous Chef? Still working on that DJ Psyche? Sitchy? DJ Sitchy or Psyche? Thanks for the follow. Are you still working on that what is it, the special edition thing? Oh, you're almost there, eh? By the way, how did those Tau turn out? Man, that's a lot of salt on my screen there. I should install that. I knew you were gonna speak up as soon as I said Tau, Chris. I knew it. As soon as I said Tau, I'm like, oh, Chris is gonna speak up. My ears perked up. Were you like in the kitchen and did you come Did you hear the word Tau and then come flying into the other room? I should install that little plugin that you guys have for the emoticons, so when you when people put an emoticon, it goes bouncing around on the screen. That thing is pretty cool. What's that thing called anyways? Because I'm just looking on my screen, on my chat, and I see all that salt still up there. That would have been funny to see all that bouncing around on the screen. Ah, does it? Eats up your resources, does it? That sucks. Oh, okay. Alright, maybe I'll stay away from it then. Hey Chris, thanks for the donation, buddy. I just realized I gotta fix my that was mentioned on live stream. That's awesome. I gotta fix my my thing there because you can see through him. Alright, let's do a quick little wash on this. Throw in some Bealtan green on this. Darken it up, whoops. Darken it up a bit. Yeah, it's this is actually the first time I'm using that, Chris. I normally have just been mounting my minis to the base and then painting off the base. But with this box set, I decided to try drilling them and then mounting them to the cork. And to be honest, I actually really like it. Like, I was just thinking about that earlier today when I started painting. I'm like, this makes it so much easier to, like, getting in there underneath and even just holding it. It's like it's more comfortable in your hands. The only thing I found was with the corks, like when you have a mini mounted to them, they tend to fall over really easily because the corks kind of have like a rounded edge. They don't really have a lot of, so if you have obviously you put some weight on the top, they kind of fall over. That's why I mounted these MDF discs to the bottom, because now they, like, it's really hard to push them over. Like, I mean, it fell over there, but you have to, like, really, like, before they were just kind of like, you just lightly touch it and they kind of fall over with the weight on top. But with the little discs in the bottom, they don't fall over that often, and definitely easier to paint, I find. I guess it depends what you're doing too, but I wanted to try it out this time. And so far I like it. So I think I'm gonna do let me think for a second here. I think I'm gonna try green, but if the green doesn't work out the way I hope it does, then I'm gonna do and I'll change it to gold. But for now I'm gonna try green. And what I'm referring to is this little tiny symbol on his forehead. See if I can get that. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like the green better than what it would look like with gold. Just gonna touch it up a little bit more. There we go. See if I can hide the light a little bit. It kind of almost looks like that green is... See, like when he's in the dark, it's almost like that green is glowing, right? You just see the green glow. That's kind of what I wanted. So DJ Psyche? How do you pronounce your name? I'm really curious. Is it Psyche or Psyche? Sichi? Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with the way the colors turned out. I didn't know how I was gonna paint these guys, but and so far it's been pretty easy. Like, not sure if any of you were on the last stream, but it was I tried like so many different ways to paint the blues on this guy. This was my test one, and then finally it just turned out that just dry brushing and then just one layer of this blue made it pop, and then a little bit of green. DJ Psy, all right. Hextech Magic Carp. Hextech Magic Carp. Yeah, I want them. It's a little bit like the camera. I have a pretty bright light here, so it kind of like makes it look a little bit brighter, but in real life I almost kind of wanted that glowing. There, you could probably look at it more like this. When I'll have like 5 or 6 of them on the table, I think you'll have the blue will just be, you know, subtle, the darker blue, but then the slight lighter blue highlights will kind of pop a little bit like a almost like a Tron effect. And then I really like the I wanted to have the green popping. And I like the thing, that little... Do all of them have that? Let's take a look. I think they all should have something like that. Oh no, some of them have like little dots and stuff, but I'll be able to do some green on there. Maybe I'll make the little horns on here green or something, because I really like the way that green pops. Just trying to figure out what the heck is this thing in the back here, this little part. It's hard to tell. It's like a satchel of some sort. Not sure if I want to paint that green or just leave it black. I think I might leave it black. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy dry for now, and I think I'll work on the next one. So this was my test one. I didn't he was just primed. I didn't even put I didn't put a layer of black on him because I was doing testing on him. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put a layer of black to cover up all that stuff, and then I'm going to start again. Then I'm going to start doing the blue. And it goes on pretty fast, so I'm kind of excited about that. Of all the orcs that I've been painting, it's taking quite a while, so I'm kind of excited about painting some models that have fewer colors and are faster to paint. So previously these were just primed with a black primer, but I want to put a layer of Abaddon black as a foundation before I do anything else. So this is just a really thin down layer of Abaddon black. So what else is everybody else working on? What do you guys have on your tabletop? Anyone doing some building or painting? Saurus warriors, nice. Tyranids. Nice. Did you, were they painted? Did you have to like strip them for the Tyranids, or? Saurus Knights are, or Saurus Warriors, they're pretty cool. I have some in my case behind me there. Designing a diorama, that's cool. Oh, cool, so you didn't have to like strip them to paint them. That's cool. Do you have any pink painted warriors? Nope. Let's take a look at this Hulk. I think I saw it in another stream earlier, but let's take a look again. Yeah, that looks cool, man. That's a cool idea. Does he have his head behind him there? Like, is that thing, that mask, is that placed on top of his head? Or did you, like, rip his head off and replace it? Oh, nice. You're getting, you got, like, spikes in the back. That's cool. That's awesome, man. What a great idea. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this guy dry for a bit. How is this one doing? Looks like it's pretty dry. Since I have the blackout, I might as well get a few more of these guys. Just base painted with some of this black. Yeah, that's definitely a cool idea, man. Converting a Hulk like that. It's funny, every stream that I've been watching lately, people kind of bring up Tyranids and Imperial Guard, and it's like every time I think of those two, I wanna go pick up some Tyranids. I've never painted any. I don't have any Tyranids, and I have no Imperial Guard models. I have like, I've started pretty much every other army in 40k, but like not to play the game, but just to paint some models. The only ones I haven't picked up any is Tyranids and Imperial Guard. But I think that might be my next. If I pick up another army to start painting for fun, I think it might be one of those two. Laser Bros. Hey buddy, how's it going? What I want to do if I pick up a Tyranids army is I want to paint them. To look like wasps. I know a few other people have done that, but it just looks so cool. Matt's Kroot. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Matt's Kroot. Empire models, cool. Yeah, I think Tyranids are a good army to kind of get back into painting with, or if you're learning how to paint, because any like orcs and Tyranids, I think, are two armies that are good to learn on, because you get a lot of models, right? So you can practice a lot. So you paint one, you can learn a little bit, paint the next one, learn a little bit, paint the next one, learn a little bit. And there's tons of models. Yeah, I don't remember where the first time I saw Tyranids. I never really liked Tyranids the way that they look. Like the standard look you see on the box that GW paints them with, like that kind of light pinkish color, like a white pinkish tone or whatever it is. I don't know. To me, I didn't really like that. But then when I saw somebody, I think it might have been in a magazine or somewhere. I don't know. Maybe in Visions. I don't know. Maybe it was online. I saw somebody with that. They had like a whole swarm of Tyranids, and they were painted black with like a nice shiny black with like yellow stripes. Made them look like wasps. They just look so mean. Is this guy dry yet? Almost. High Fleet Leviathan? Is that what it's called? I know nothing about Tyranids. Is there an actual like in the codex and stuff? Is there a hive or something? Or is there a fleet that has those colors? Oh, okay. Yeah, it just looks so mean, like almost creepy when I looked at it, at those pictures. Cause I think it's like I think it's like a you know, it's bred into our DNA to kind of be a little bit afraid of that. When you see something that looks like an insect with black and yellow stripes like that, it almost has this like, you get this reaction of like, oh, what the heck is that? And that's when I saw that army, I was like, holy crap, that looks like totally mean. Those Tyranids look like this big swarm of wasps that are ready to attack. I think it would be awesome to have a big swarm like that. Strike fear into your opponent. Psychological warfare. Yeah, I think we have like fears of certain color combinations and stuff. Even like even my dog one time in our garden, we had a garden snake that just showed up, and Hex Tech Magic Carp, thanks for the follow, buddy. There was a garden snake at my place, like, I don't know, this is a couple years ago. And my dog, like, looked at it. I didn't even see it at first. My dog saw it, just kind of looked at it, and she just walked away from it. I think that they're trained with certain shapes and certain markings not to play with it. I think there's even like videos on YouTube or something where people have done that with their cats, where they put like a cucumber behind a cat when it's not paying attention, and then the cat turns around, they see the shape of the cucumber and they think it's a snake or something, and they like jump like 3 feet. I think the same way we have, like, humans have this, we have certain primal fears, and that's exactly what happened when I looked at that swarm of Tyranids with those colors. I was like, oh man, holy crap, that looks mean. Like, I wouldn't want to touch them. It's like, it's almost like, you know, you don't want to touch a wasp. So having an army like that, I think, would be awesome. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of dry brushing. If I could just remember what color I used. I think it was this one. Crap. Or was it this one? I'm pretty sure it was this one. Yeet Mace! Thanks for the host, buddy. That's so funny. As soon as I say Tao, I knew Chris was gonna come on and go, what, Tao, what? And then as soon as I said dry brushing, I was like, oh, sous chef's gonna pop up. Gotta get rid of this paper towel. I want a dry one for the dry brushing. My dry brushing isn't gonna be as high-tech as yours, though, sous chef. You're like the dry brushing master on Twitch. I'm painting Dark Eldar. So I got the start collecting Dark Eldar set. My first Dark Eldar model right here. So I kind of went with like a blue scheme with a light blue highlights, and then green as my secondary color. Kind of make him look like he's glowing. Thanks, man. Yeah, I was testing a bunch of different color schemes on the previous stream. Or maybe not so much different schemes, but how to achieve the same look. And it turns out that the one that was the simplest was dry brushing, and it looked the best, so I figure, hey, if it's easiest and it looked the best out of the different ones I tried, Why the heck not? I like simple and easy. If it looks good, why not? You guys hear my dog snoring? She likes to sleep at my feet while I paint. And right now she's snoring away. Not sure if the mic is picking that up, but she's snoring really loud right now. I'm basically just using the dry brushing just to do the highlights, really. I'm going to go back over it with the darker blue, cover up all the flat parts. Alright, see you later, Eat Mace. Shadow mounts. Must have played Rogue in Warcraft, right? When you say shadow mounts, I totally hear that sound. Because I played a Rogue as well for a while. So I hear that sound that they used to make when they disappear. By the way, guys, if you hit exclamation point creds, CREDZ, you'll see your creds. You earn 5 creds per minute watching the stream, and I've been working on getting all that stuff set up recently because I'm going to start doing giveaways on the stream pretty soon. So you can actually you can earn creds just by watching, tuning in. We got a bunch of stuff from I got a bunch of stuff from Blaze Bros. Thanks for the follow, buddy. I got a bunch of stuff from, let's see, Infinity, Corvus Belli Infinity, the game. I've got Malifaux, Wrath of Kings. I sell those games on my store, so I have some sets, some extra inventory, some extra sets that I have lying around that I'm going to start giving away on the stream. And I also got some cool stuff from Protos Games the other day. Those are the guys who did Alien vs. Predator. I don't know if you guys heard of that game. They have some pretty cool miniatures. And they have another game, I forgot the name of it right now. They sent me a box the other day. Let me look it up real quick here. Oh, okay, it's called Mutant Chronicles Warzone Resurrection. It's another miniatures game. They have some really cool miniatures, really highly detailed. So they actually sent me a set to. I got a set from them that I'm going to be assembling on stream, and then I have another one that I'll be doing a giveaway for as well. Alright, so let's see. A little bit more. Well, that's one of the cool things about tuning into these streams on Twitch. Right? Because you can get... you can learn so much. I mean, I learned so much watching just a few of the streamers. It's like, oh man, that's so cool, and testing out some of the techniques. The community here on Twitch is awesome for tabletop gaming, for learning how to paint and getting ideas as well. If you want to learn anything about dry brushing, just watch Sous Chef's channel. He's the dry brushing master on Twitch, and soon the world, as he said. Yeah, Hextech's Magic Card. The challenge I always have is with my schedule running the different businesses, because I run a miniature store and terrain. I just don't have the time to do conversions right now or to create my own models. Like I would just never be able to do it. My only chance of being able to do it is if I actually just go and buy them. And I actually really enjoy, picking up armies and building them, assembling them, almost as much as I do painting. Hey, Uncle Ruckus, sorry, buddy, I don't do song requests on this stream. I have no idea what a logman is. Alright, almost done the dry brushing on this guy. Now, where's that other blue that I was painting with? There she is. Alright, time to do the blues. I'm not sure if Citadel even makes this color anymore. I think I bought it like 6 or 7 years ago. We changed all the names of all the paints around. I gotta look it up. Because I really like this blue. But I'm not sure if they even make it anymore. Well, let's bring it back up. So have any of you guys heard of Warzone from Protos Games? I didn't hear about it until a few weeks back. I knew Protos Games because I know they did that Alien vs Predator game, but I didn't know they were making their own game called Warzone. I sell tabletop miniatures, accessories, and my main thing is terrain, tabletop terrain. To be honest with you guys, I don't really make a lot of money on the minis. The only reason I carry them is because a lot of times, like if I create terrain for let's say Malifaux or Infinity or whatever game, if somebody's buying some terrain from me, let's say they're buying some Infinity terrain and they're paying for the shipping already, right? And let's say they were going to go buy, I don't know, a couple of miniatures for Infinity on another site, and then they would have to pay shipping on that site as well, right? If they're buying online, I'm saying, right? So I mostly carry the minis because some of the people that buy terrain from me, they're like, oh, you also have this miniature. I was going to buy that miniature anyways for Infinity. So they basically add that to their shopping cart and they buy it. And they make a few bucks here and there, but it's not really... The margins in minis are so small nowadays. There's like it's not really a money maker. Let's just say that. But I carry them just so I have my own inventory, and also it helps me having the games here and having the minis helps me to design better terrain, and it's more of a convenience. But my main thing is accessories and terrain. That's my main business. Yep, all the terrain is mine. I'm actually just working through a Kickstarter right now. I finished the production. I'm just going through the shipping phase of the Kickstarter. Once that's done, I'll be posting all of that terrain on my store for sale. So as soon as everyone on that supported the Kickstarter has all their terrain, I'm going to put that up on the site. And it's all Malifaux terrain. Well, it's kind of like a steampunk, Victorian steampunk themed. But mostly for Malifaux players. Of course, you can use it in any game or whatever, any 32mm or 28mm, but I kind of designed it, you know, with the Malifaux lore in mind. And then after that, I think I'm gonna start doing. I mean, I got like a to-do list, like, you know, a mile long for ideas that I have for other terrain. But I think the next big thing I'm gonna get into doing a lot of is like accessories, like tokens, bases, and that kind of stuff. In fact, for these Dark Eldar, I'm gonna design some little base thingies, kind of like this. Little toppers. These ones are a little bit too big, but basically they'll kind of sit on top of the base. And the pattern will be different. Obviously, this is so it'll be laser engraved. And I'll create some markings that will be kind of, you know, Dark Eldar-ish. So that's one thing, and then I'm going to be doing a bunch of different tokens and stuff like that I want to get into. Yeah, all the terrain that you see on the site is all it's all my stuff. But I actually really like some of these other games. Like, I think Infinity, Malifaux, Wrath of Kings. I really like supporting those games. I mean, you know, obviously Games Workshop makes great minis and stuff like that. But some of these other companies, they're doing a really great job, and you know, those games are growing in popularity. And there really isn't a lot of places to buy them here in Canada, so that's another reason to carry them on my store. Oh, and somebody was asking, I just have an online store. Everything I do it's all online. I don't have an actual physical retail location yet. If the business picks up and takes off, that is definitely a possibility, but even then, probably the majority of my sales will be online. Because the town that I live in is it's a pretty small town. Well, I mean, I'm in the greater Vancouver area, but the area that I live in, or the town, I'm about 30 minutes away from Vancouver. And there just isn't enough people in the hobby that locally here that would support having a physical store. I think we had, like, in the last 10 years, or in the last 8 years, we had maybe 2 stores open up locally in town, and they both went out of business within a few months. There just isn't enough demand locally for, you know, to keep a store like that running. Unless you have like a store that sells other stuff, and miniatures is just, you know, one thing. But for me, I want to focus strictly on miniature stuff. Like, a lot of the stores around here that do survive, you know, they're selling Magic the Gathering, they're selling toys, they're selling comics, coins, collectibles, right? To stay in business. I don't really want to get into all those things. I don't want to get diluted. Like, I don't want to dilute my focus into too many. So yeah, a lot of the stores, they actually don't make almost any money on the miniatures. They collectible cards and games and stuff like that is where the money's made. I've done a ton of research on this stuff when I was, doing my business plan and everything. I was actually even surprised to find out that some of these businesses, they like barely scrape by, and in like some instances, the one game that the one thing that has like kept their businesses alive was like just a couple of board games. One of them is Cards Against Humanity. Not so much anymore, but in the last like few years, that was like their bread and butter. People would just like come in and buy that game, come in, buy that game. Like the general public, right? Not gamers, but just the general public would hear about it. Cool game, they want to play it with their friends, so they would come in and buy them. So they were like selling just thousands and thousands of copies of this one game. And that's what kept them afloat. I mean, they would have, they would have miniatures and other stuff in the store, and they would sell, few here, few there. But the bread and butter was all this other stuff. Major Dojo, did you run a store before as well? Oh, nice. Yeah, board games are kind of the lifeblood. Yeah, it's kind of tough. That's why for me, I'm focusing on keeping my all my overhead as low as I can. I don't have a lot of like if I set up a warehouse and a retail location, whatever, I'd have to be charging a lot more for the terrain that I sell. Because basically my customers would be, paying for paying extra so that I could pay my rent to my landlord type of thing, right? For my retail store. That wouldn't really necessarily be getting any walk-in traffic, because most of my sales would still be on online. But by keeping my keeping my overhead low allows me to have, great prices on my terrain, and I can scale it up, scale it down. And for me, the most important thing is just so I can stay kind of stay focused on tabletop gaming, because I heard of, like, I read stories and I've talked to a few people that, their dream was to start a like a store, like a retail local store for tabletop miniatures, and that's what they were into. And then they started it, and then they saw that, you know, they didn't really make a lot of money with that, but they did make a little bit more money with, let's say, Magic the Gathering. So now all of a sudden they're getting into Magic the Gathering, and then pretty soon it's board games, and then comic books and other things where, you know, margins are a little bit higher. And then they're so busy doing all those other things, you know, they completely fall out of touch with the actual, you know, hobby, tabletop gaming hobby that they really had the passion for in the first place. And it's like pretty soon it's, you know, they're doing like Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever that stuff is called, and tabletop gaming is not even in there. You know, they just have no time for it. So that's not really what I wanted to do with mine. Do I have a link to my camera mount? No, but it's very simple. Just go to Amazon.com and type in Rode microphone stand, RODE. It's basically a microphone. It's a microphone mount, and then you just have to change the bolt to a camera bolt, because the bolt for microphones is thicker. So you'll have to kind of jimmy it a little bit and swap the bolt out. You need to figure out, I don't remember right now what it is, but you basically have to figure out what is the, you can Google it, like what is the thread and bolt size for a standard tripod, like a camera mount. And then you have to go get like a bolt that long and swap out the one from that comes with the arm, because the one that comes with the arm, the thread will be too thick. You won't be able to screw a normal camera mount to it. Oh, there's a ton of clubs locally here. Like, a lot of local people here have gaming clubs of different kinds. And what I do is I try to support them with, like, a lot of them do like charity drives, or they do like contests, or tournaments. And in some cases, depending on my time schedule, I do support them for their tournaments, like providing terrain and stuff like that. And a lot of times they auction that stuff off at the end and donate the money to charity and stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of clubs here. I mean, there's a ton of players here in the Lower Mainland in Vancouver. But just not, I just don't think I'd have enough customers in my local area coming, walking in traffic to warrant having an actual physical retail store. No, the lamp is actually not part of the camera either. That's the lamp is like a little LED light that I got it's for a GoPro actually. It's an LED GoPro light with a USB cable, and I literally just taped it to the front of my camera. Alright, Gaming Lawyer, thanks for popping by. Hope to see you on the next stream. You can also use like a lamp arm. That's what I had before. But depending on what kind of camera you're using, if you're using like a webcam, I just had like the same kind of thing. I had a lamp arm, and then I just literally ripped off the lamp part, ripped out the cable, so then you just had the swinging arm, and then I could mount a little camera to it, like a webcam. But this is an actual camcorder, and this thing was too heavy, so the stupid thing would keep moving on me, like up and down. It wouldn't hold the weight, so I had to upgrade to this microphone stand one. They're definitely not cheap, these microphone arms, but works a lot better than the lamp thing that I had set up before. This is it's a Sony, I'll tell you right now, it's a Sony HDR CX455. HDR 455. But pretty much any camcorder. I wanted to have HD because I want to also be able to use this camcorder for YouTube videos and stuff. And I wanted microphone input, so that's why I went with this model. But if you don't care about microphone input, like I'm not using the microphone input on the camera right now. That's only for making videos. For doing live streaming, it's totally different. Thanks for the follow, Major Dojo. Dodo, not Dojo. Major Dodo. Alright, go Google away. I'm gonna have to pick up some more Abaddon Black. At one point I think I had like 3 vials I overbought. And then I think I left one of them open one time. And then another one spilled. And this one's almost gone, so I'm gonna have to pick up some more. Yeah, for sure, man. Not a problem at all. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to figure out your streaming setup. A lot of little moving parts and upgrades. What I like about the camcorder thing is that it can autofocus real fast. Like the focus on these Sonys is so fast. Like look, it's like this far, and I bring it up to here, and it focuses pretty quick, right? I mean, I have a little bit like that light is really bright, so the camera has a little bit of trouble focusing. Takes a couple, like maybe half a second. But try doing that on like a webcam. There's absolutely no way. Like I was using the Logitech HD Cam C920 that everybody uses, and it's a great webcam for it's a great cam for you know, for a face cam, but not good for painting minis. The autofocus is just too slow. Oh cool, so you're a game streamer? I'm actually gonna follow your channel. Let me just do that before I forget. There you go. I've never actually played RimWorld. What kind of game is it? I heard of it. I'm just trying to remember what it's about. Colony Simulator, oh, that's cool. There's so many games out there. I actually really like Twitch for checking out all the different games. Like for getting a good feel for how a game actually plays. Because, you know, they can make a game look really cool with cinematics and stuff like that. But gameplay is totally different. So it's cool to be able to, like, fire up a channel and watch somebody play a game and see how they, see what it's like. Yep, exactly. That's one of the first things I always do when I see a game coming out or whatever. I'm like, okay, I just want to see hey, Dricka, 1 second here. Seriously? There's a big spider? Alright guys, I'll be right back. That's my wife. I've got spider duty. Be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. Big spider. In the bathroom. Looks like my dog Eddie's here for a visit. Hi Eddie. How you doing, buddy? Did you get woken up? Of course it's not poisonous. This isn't Australia. This is Canada. We don't have poisonous spiders. Alright, where was I? Okay, I think I'm on to some silver. Well, we only have like the Black Widow, and that's super rare up north, I think. Northern BC. But not like Australia. Yeah, but they're like super rare. Home Seal, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You can probably revive them, you know. You can add some water, or you can get like a medium, something like this. Mixing medium. Add a little bit of this. And grab like a sculpting tool. Add a little bit of water, or add medium. Just I had like a whole bunch of dried out paints, and I brought probably 90% of them back to life. As long as they haven't turned like completely hard plastic. If they're still kind of dried out, but if you add water and you can stir it still, there's a chance. Yep, I agree, it's a pain. I basically just revived mine when I got back into it, and then they still weren't the best quality because some of them were still a little bit dried out, but the thing is, you never end up actually using all the paints that you own. So I kind of just revived as many as I could, and then I started using them. But then any paints that I found myself using a lot, I just ended up rebuying them again. Geezer UK, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. My little dancing Borat. I got Borat set up to do a little bit happy dance when people follow the stream. Ankalagonchik. Ankalagonchik, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Ankalagonchik. Ankalagonchik. Sounds pretty cool. I just don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Shrunken Terra, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You've activated the dancing Borat once again. He's been doing quite a bit of dancing tonight, which is awesome. I appreciate all the followers that are coming on. If you guys are just tuning in, by watching the stream, you earn creds. That's my stream currency. You can see how many creds you have by typing in !creds. And you earn 5 creds per minute watched. And I'll be starting to do giveaways pretty soon. In the next week or two. You'll be able to redeem creds for raffle tickets. Ankalagonchik. Thanks for the host, buddy. Thanks, Robot Crash. Chaos Space Marines. Nice. Definitely a lot of new stuff for Chaos Space Marines recently. Yeah, I'm a fan of Iron Warriors as well. There's one I got started. Just did a very basic silver on him and started on the yellow stripes. Nowhere near finished, just the very, very beginning. Alright, let's do up this green. Gem thingamajigger on the gun. Some Necrotite green on here. Yeah. That's what I've been hearing too. But who knows what they're gonna do, right? One of the other rumors is that they might do away with codexes altogether. Just have the one main book, but who knows? Yeah, that's another rumor, eh? That I heard that they might be changing 40K. I mean, they did it with fantasy, right? So guess it all just depends on whether it worked out for them like they thought. If Age of Sigmar was a good business move for them. Yeah, make sure when you go into the store, like a noob, ask him about the Space Marines, and ask him if you have to paint them blue. I know they absolutely love that question. Like, do I have to paint them blue, like on the box? Yep, I know they love those questions. It's funny because everybody always asks those questions. Like when they first get in there. So do I have to paint them like they are in the box? And they answer. They're super nice. Most of the store clerks are pretty nice. But then when you go to the store, like, you know, a couple months later, when you're not so much a noob anymore, and you hear like 50 other people walk up and ask the same question over and over again, you're like, oh man, why did I ask that?
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I would break my honor, why won't we? You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels.
You should get that that Horus Heresy starter set that came out a while back, and then just convert the minis that are in there to whatever Chaos faction you pick, or Chaos chapter, I should say. Exerian, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. What's on your tabletop? Frostbites, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Where are you guys joining the stream from? UK, Australia, somewhere else in Europe? Usually around this time of night. It's not many people from North America. It's usually Europe or Australia, UK. Man, I didn't even realize it's 3:30 or 3:10 in the morning here. I'm gonna have to call it a night here soon. United States East Coast. Whoa, 6 a.m. in the morning, early riser. Thanks, Exerion. This is my second one. This is the first one here. First two Dark Eldar I've ever painted. A few more details to add to them, but I wanted to get a few of them done. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for the follow. Thanks for popping by. Getting ready for work. I'm gonna have to get to bed soon here because I'm gonna have to get up and get to work in the morning as well. Getting pretty late here on the West Coast. I think what I'll do is I'll just fix up this little part here because I see that I forgot to paint that silver. And then I'll do a wash on it, and then I think I'll have to call it a night for today. But let me see, where's the silver? The blue is actually really easy. I experimented with a bunch of different techniques trying to get these outlines and everything, but I ended up just dry brushing with so I did primed in black, then I did a really thin coat of Abaddon black on top of that, then I did a dry brush of Temple Guard blue. That's what this lighter colored blue that kind of has that glow to it. So I dry brushed that, and then after that I did this one here. It's called Necron Abyss. It's an old Citadel Foundation paint. I don't know if they even make this anymore. I really hope they do because I really like this color. So I hope that they have a new version of this. This is one of the older ones from a few years back before they changed all the names. So yeah, if you can find it, I really like it as well. It's a neat looking blue. Hey, that guy, how's it going? Thanks, man. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Cantor blue. See if I have that here. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound like the same thing. Some of them they don't make anymore, and so they just kind of like, you know, give you the closest one. Let's see. No, I don't have Cantor Blue here. Calidor Sky. Teclis Blue. Maybe I don't have Cantor Blue. It totally sounds familiar. So I'm not sure why I wouldn't have that. Hey, Checky, how's it going? Oh, nice. You've almost finished your orcs? You got some pics to show us? I'm still looking to see if I have Cantor Blue here on my... No, I don't think I do. Unless it's like somewhere over there. And I don't feel like looking for it right now. I'm gonna have to look for that. I gotta pick up some... I gotta pick up some more black. So when I'm at the store, I'll look for Cantor Blue as well. And I'll take a look at it. Because if it is the same thing, I definitely want to... Vallejo Night Midnight. Okay, I'll have to check that out as well. You found my conversion chart? You know that's my site, right? I guess I could have used my own chart. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of a wash here. Yeah, I got tired of looking for the different conversions, so I created that chart. But that was a while back. That was like probably, I'd say maybe a year ago or maybe even longer. So I don't know if all the latest stuff is updated on there, because they keep coming out with new colors. Yep, the naming scheme is pretty ridiculous. But you know they do that for copyright, right? Like to, because all the new names, all the new Citadel paint names are trademarked. So nobody else can create the same named paint. Because other companies were basically just ripping off the names, and because GW didn't actually own the trademarks to the old colored names. So there was companies that were basically creating paints with the same names, but they weren't, the quality was like really bad or something. So that's why they had to change all the names. Well, even like I went to Michael's and I was looking at some acrylics or whatever, and there was like one bottle that said like ultramarine blue, and I'm thinking like, come on, that's a like total ripoff from, you know, from Warhammer. unless there's another ultramarine, another like connotation or whatever to ultramarines. Like outside of the Warhammer universe, is there such a thing as an ultramarine? Yeah, that's why it's no longer called Ultramarine Blue. Citadel doesn't call it Ultramarine Blue anymore. It's something else. All the new names are copyrighted. Or sorry, trademark I should say. By GW. Yep. Women's makeup with Citadel names, that'd be funny. Alright, let's see if I can get in there and do the red eyes. Yep. Actually, if it was wild flesh, it would be it would have to be green though. Maybe like some sort of green eyeshadow or something. That would be funny. That's not the red. Where's the red that I used? This one. Mephiston red, I think. Alright, here we go. Brain surgery. Eyes. This one I screwed up a little bit, but that's okay. I can always touch it up later. Fix set up. Alright, DJ, we'll see you later. Have fun playing with the nephew. Alright, Frostbites, take care. Yeah, I'm gonna be logging off here soon anyways. It's 3:30 in the morning here, so I gotta get to sleep. But I just want to do one more wash on... Just waiting for the green to dry, and then I'll do a wash on the silver. And then I am off to bed. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for all the follows today. We blew past our goal of 10 followers. We're at 12 so far.
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep.
Alright, so where is my... Speaking of null oil, where is my...
You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D.
There she is.
I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
Alright. Wash is done. Let that dry until the next time I paint, which will probably be tomorrow. So when do we get to see some pictures? That guy? So we got 2 of them semi-done. Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing what they look like. I'm kind of excited because these there's only 10 of these warriors. And then I got 3 jet bikes. Well, and the riders, I guess. The riders on the jet bikes as well. But it's not as many as the orcs. Because the orcs are just like never ending. So many of them. Still have a few details to pick out on these, but it's gonna be exciting to get the whole army built, finished off. Yeah, just takes practice, I guess. I find for me the most important thing for detail work, and I'm not that great at it, but it's number one is having a good brush with a good tip. This one's not even that great, but you know. And then the next thing is just how you brace your hands. Because it's like I've seen a lot of people try to do detail and they don't have their hands braced, and then it's like it's so shaky, right? But if you push the hands together, then it's like this part is completely like if your hands shake, the whole thing moves, right? So you can be very precise if you really anchor your arms together or your hands together. It's the one thing that when I was trying to do detail before, I was like, what? How do they do this? I was always like screwing it up. But when you brace your hands properly like this, it's like bloop, bloop, bloop. You can kind of reach the details a lot easier. I still see actually people on some of the streams and they don't brace their hands, and I watch they're like kind of, you know, they hold their hands separately, and it's like one of their hands shakes, and it's like it's so hard to do detail. I don't know how they do it. I learned that if you put your hands together and like really push them together, like I'm actually pushing this part of the hand against my knuckles here. Like I really push against it. I'm not just holding it, I'm actually pushing. And then, you know, this part, you can see how like you just pivot. You can move it around with a lot of precision without, right? Like you don't get this kind of thing where you're like. Anyway, that's just one thing I learned that used to drive me nuts with detail work. I was like, how do people do this? And the more you start to concentrate, the more your hands start to shake. So it's like, it's annoying. The worst is when you have it like almost perfect and you're like, oh, I just want to add one little tiny detail, and then you like that one last touch and you like screw it up. Actually, before I go, I'm just gonna clean my brushes a little bit here. Yeah, it's like you almost had it perfect, but you're like, oh no, I just want to add one little tiny detail. And then you're like, why did I do that? I should have just left it. Cleaning the brushes. Trying to get into the habit of being a little bit nicer to my brushes by actually cleaning them after every session. Alright, so I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for popping by and hanging out, as always. I don't know if you were on when I mentioned this, that guy, but I'll be... His Markness, thanks for the follow. I'll be starting to do some giveaways soon in the next week or two, I think. So if you hit exclamation mark creds, it'll tell you how many creds you have if you haven't done that yet. And you should have a lot because you're on here all the time. So the way that it's gonna work is when I do the giveaways, you'll have to be on stream during the giveaway. Like, it'll be for people who are watching on stream. But I'll be doing more. Like, I want to start doing quite a few giveaways. Yeah, so you got like 3,000 creds. So when I do the giveaways, with that, you'd be able to get 3 raffle tickets. 3 entries. Or at least 3 entries. Like, what I'll probably do is give out 1 free raffle ticket to everyone on the stream on whatever day I'm going to be doing the giveaway. And then for people who are regular watchers, they would have earned a bunch of creds. So like for that guy, with your 3,000 creds, you'd be able to buy 3 additional raffle tickets. So, whereas everybody else would be getting 1, you'd be getting 1, plus you could buy 3 more if you wanted to. So that would mean that you would actually have 4 tickets in that raffle, compared to, anybody who's brand new would only have 1 ticket. So you would have, 4 times the chances of winning. But just a way for me to reward people for, hanging out on the stream with me, having fun, participating in the chat, so it's not so boring for me. It's always more fun when other people are on and chatting away. Hey, Zoe, stop. So yeah, I'll be doing that pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly when. I've got a few items I got to go through and pick out. But I'm also working through my store. I'm also working with a few suppliers and stuff like that to see if I can get any get some prizes sponsored from them as well. there's some pretty cool companies out there that have, like, you know, they need the exposure, and yeah, you don't have to sign up. What'll happen is on a stream. So if I was doing a giveaway, like let's say I was doing a giveaway right now, how it would work is if you're on the stream, I would announce that I'm doing a giveaway, and then I would turn it on, and it would probably be like a 10-minute thing. And what would happen is you click on a link, go to a site, and then you click a button, and it'll award you with one raffle ticket. Terrain 034th. Terrain 34th. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. So yeah, it's basically I use a platform called Revlo, and basically you just click a button, it gives you a ticket, and then if you want to redeem more of your credits for additional tickets, you can do that as well. So it'll like tell you, okay, you have this many creds, and then you click another button if you want to exchange those creds for a raffle ticket. So depending what I'm giving away in the giveaway, you could choose to just get your one free ticket and leave it at that, or you can use your creds to exchange them for more raffle ticket if it's something that you're like, oh, I really want that. So you can double your chances, or triple your chances, or quadruple your chances, or more, just depending how many creds you have. So that's just the way, I'm choosing to set up my stream. I want to reward people who are, tuning in, watching, and participating. So I'll be doing that pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but I'm thinking in the next week or two, I'll be announcing that, or it'll just be on a random stream, like. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Well, you get 5 creds for every minute that you watch. You can also, anybody who donates to the stream also gets for every $1 you donate, you get 1,000 creds. So that's another way you can get creds. But even if you just watch, like you've already earned 3,000 creds just by watching, right? So I want to make it fair for both sides. Like people who donate, obviously, I want them to, have an advantage over others, because it's my way of giving back to them. But if people don't have the money to donate, no big deal. They can just participate, watch, and earn creds that way as well. Yeah, I'm usually His Markness. I'm going to start streaming a lot more regularly. I've been really busy with a Kickstarter that I'm completing right now, but I'll probably be on at least 3 to 4 or 5 times a week, and I usually start around 12:30, like midnight, 12:30 midnight my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. Right now it's 3:30 a.m. or 3:44 a.m. here. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but that's usually my streaming schedule. So it would basically be like three hours ago till now. That's usually my schedule. So whatever time zone you're in, just whatever 3 hours ago was for you, that's usually when I start. That's cool. Yeah, it's like, I guess 8:44 for you guys. Yeah, right now this is the only time I can stream, like the late evenings for me. Yeah, it's cool. So that works out perfectly. Cool. Alright guys, it was a pleasure hanging out with you guys, and I'm going to jump off now, get some sleep, and I will see you guys on the next stream. All right, take care, everybody. Hey everybody, Paul here from TabletopGamer.com, and I'm excited to announce that we are now on Patreon. Now, if you're not familiar with Patreon and what it is, it's essentially a way for you to support the video content that you love on a monthly basis. It's similar to Kickstarter, where you pledge a certain amount, and then you receive certain rewards for those pledges, except with Patreon, you're pledging and receiving those rewards on a monthly basis. Now, the reason I'm launching this campaign on Patreon is because I want to accelerate our growth, which means I'll be able to produce more content and to produce more products and release them to the community at a much faster pace. Now, if you're watching this video on Patreon and you want to check out some of the rewards that you can qualify for based on your pledges, just scroll down below. You'll see all the different pledge levels. You'll see the rewards that you can qualify for. And if you're not watching this video on Patreon, if you're anywhere else on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're seeing this video, simply click on the link below the video or the one that you see on the screen, which will take you to our Patreon page, where you'll be able to check out all the different awards you can qualify for based on the different pledge levels. I want to thank you for checking out this video, and thank you for your continued support.